Oh no, I don't need no headphones. I'm good.
I like hearing myself though.
This motherfucker always likes hearing himself talk.
Oh
Dang.
shit.
All right, now yeah, we recording.
So what, man? Fuck them out in TV land. Nah, we need y'all subscriptions. Hit that like button and share this. This is our new show. Drew, give him an introduction, man. You do it best.
All right, so this is me and my boy here. I'm D-Scribe. We got E-Clipz over here to my left.
What up?
What it is. This is 30-year-old roommates.
Take two.
Where two, you know what? It's funny. We'll get into that. Fuck it. So we did one already. We spent half an hour doing our first, our first thing.
Our inaugural podcast.
Our first fucking podcast. And never before in my life, if I had this, I had the ticker on. You know what I'm saying? The metronome.
The metronome.
Yeah, the metronome on.
Tick. I'm gonna do the
usually
metronome
it doesn't
through this whole
record that.
podcast.
Usually, like on this program, it doesn't record it. But for some fucking reason, for half an hour, this fucking thing's ticking back and forth. So we had a great conversation, and no one will ever hear it. It's deleted. It's gone.
I told him not to delete it, just upload it and let y'all hear it. But
nobody wants to hear a fucking metronome for 30 minutes.
Why not?
Nobody
That's
wants
like
that.
that's human. That's human shit right there.
Mm.
These motherfuckers having an in-depth conversation, but they forgot the metronome.
That's true.
You stupid mother. We would have had so many comments.
That's true. They would have been everyone would have been real pissed. They would have turned it off like 10 seconds in.
What the fuck is this? What are these fucking amateurs?
Amateur hour over here.
But we are amateurs. This is our inaugural podcast.
We figure everybody else is doing it. Fuck it. We'll hop on it.
We like to talk. We were two good friends. Brother sitting over here. I met him in 2006?
Oh yeah, 2006.
So I mean,
yes,
we're not
sir.
childhood friends, but we became real good friends over those years. We met in the Navy.
We're both Navy veterans.
Navy veterans. Him more than me.
I did 10 years.
I didn't get a honorable discharge. We ain't gonna go. I might go into that.
We'll go into that eventually.
But yeah. So we met there, and we've been rocking. We've been doing some hip hop shit. We've been nothing major. I mean, we're not famous or nothing, but we felt we could talk.
Shit. You know what, man? Anybody with an opinion can have a fucking podcast. That's how I feel.
Exactly.
It just matters on if people feel us. If you feel us, then you feel us. That's all there is. Like I listen to some people. I get on a podcast. I give them, 20 minutes, and if I'm not feeling them, it's getting turned the fuck off.
All right.
So
that's what I like.
That's just, and it's cool. Like I don't get upset if nobody wants to hear us talk.
Yeah, I listen to too many of these podcasts, and I be talking back to them. That's how you know. That's how I feel a podcast is in its good, in a good swing when I'm talking back to it. You know what I mean? When I'm like, man, y'all motherfuckers stupid.
Yeah, like you want to be right in the conversation, right? Like you're sitting in the room with them. Yeah. And that's how I want it to be. Like here, I want everybody to feel like they can talk back to whatever the fuck we're saying. You know what I mean? We got all kinds of shit to talk about all the time. Always talking some dumb shit.
But just a little rundown. We get deep. I like to get deep. I probably get deep on some shallow shit when I'm not supposed to get deep. But I mean, we gonna talk about just anything.
And I might get big on some tiny shit.
Exactly.
If we're going, I don't know what that means, but we're going back and forth. Fuck it. Yeah. But let's see. So what we were talking about in the first one that had to get deleted because of the ticker is we started off. So I'm currently single. Any ladies want to talk? I'm just kidding.
Holla.
But holla. But so I'm on this site and there's this girl, she has her profile, right? And I read this thing and I couldn't believe it. I like that shit. I don't want to say it upset me, but it just kind of like, it makes me sad that there's actually people that like think like this. So I'm just going to go back to it. I'm going to read it again. I read it the first time, but I have to. So let me just get at it. She says, I'm that dope female that's your homie. That's her headline. That's your catch-all. She wants to get in.
Corny.
You know? So then it goes to about me. This is her profile, right? So she says, I wasn't made for no soft motherfucker.
Trash.
I got an intense personality.
She don't.
With the attitude to match.
She don't.
I talk shit and don't listen.
She don't.
I can't be tamed. Ooh.
She can.
Try if you dare. May the odds be ever in your favor. That's some real fucking corny,
God
nerdy
damn
shit.
it. When you start quoting the Hunger Games and you think that's cool.
Now hold on, it gets cooler. Hold on. Now she's
And I'm not down in the movie. I like the Hunger Games series. I like the books more than the movies, but if you quoting anything from Maze Runner, I don't think Maze Runner had any quotable moments, and I can't remember any, but shit like that, like Hunger Games.
See, but there's a lot of Harry Potter heads out there.
That's what that was another one. The Lord of the Rings. You start quoting shit and trying to make that a quotable thing, like a headline. We're not
but maybe that's her personality. Maybe she really is. Okay, cool. I'm just making sure we're on the same page and shit. Corny ass bitch. No, I'm just saying. So here's the next part. If you're ready, she says, "I got a nigga mentality with an A."
What?
It's with the A. There's no hard ERs on here.
We ain't got no gunshots. So I'm gonna do sound effects.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, pop, pop. I seriously think like a dude. I'm the dopest dope you'll ever smoke.
Right.
Kind of classy, kind of hood.
Right.
Savage AF. I'm with the shits. Y'all are hey what's up in me like fucking to death. Can y'all try and think outside the box and stop coming at me with the generic ass shit?
Yep.
So first off, what's your first impression? Like if you read that and you're like, man, I'm supposed to try and talk to this girl. Do I want to talk to her first?
Right.
Now here's the thing though, she ain't bad looking. She's a good looking girl.
Right. And that's what kills it.
Yeah.
You can't be a sexy dumb bitch out this mother. I'm slobbing on myself shit.
There's a lot of them though.
You can't be women, ladies. I'm gonna sound real sexist because I know it's some handsome dumb motherfucking men out there too, but sexy dumb women, they just remind me of those chicks that have you ever seen the video of the girl? She's societally cute. She had some big knockers. She had blonde hair.
Sweater puppets.
Yeah, so she was American
sweater
beautiful because she had big titties. But
yeah,
she started talking about what is that bitch talking about? She's talking about the planets or something.
She's talking about dinosaurs.
She started talking about the dumb shit, just like we need to when we come up, we gonna start having video clips and shit. This bitch.
Here we go. We're going down the rabbit hole. So she's cute, but she's talking a bunch of dumb shit, and that makes us upset, right?
Right. Ow, I typed in cute dumb bitch and like 30 videos popped up.
Hey, that's good. See?
So that means like we're not too far off.
We're not too far. There it is.
Have you ever heard this one? This is Maxim Daddy. We can't have that.
See, yeah, that's where it gets into like
I'm like, well, why don't you get it? And he's like, because it's too much. I'm like, well, how much is it? He's like, it's 15 pounds. So apparently there's a bit of a language barrier there because
you heard that?
No, what is this?
That's one. That's not the girl I'm talking about. But that's what I mean. Like we're moving into
what is this though?
She was like so she was talking to a British person about prices, and pounds is the legal tender over there, I guess. When
that's
their
they don't say
dollars.
Yeah.
Just everything. But that's not the one I'm talking about. This girl was she was just cosmetically beautiful. I would say. I don't personally think she's beautiful, but in society, she's beautiful. She had big cans.
Yeah.
She had blonde hair. She had the pretty eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna know who I'm talking about. But
if you do, leave it in the comments.
Yeah, back to this profile. First of all, hey, what's up is hello in internet speak. And street speak.
Yeah, anywhere. If you ever try to holler at anybody, what are you gonna do? If you try and write a whole diatribe, or you try and go to a girl with a whole thing, she's gonna think you're a fucking creep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but what?
A whole rehearsed.
Yeah,
fucking
you know,
line.
like you got this whole thing. You know, you got Hitch in your ear, fucking. You know, like making it work.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But see, here's the thing though. You're a creep if you walk up to a girl and just say hi sometimes too. Like, you ever had that where you're just like, hey, how you doing? And someone would just gave you like the cold ass shoulder, like, oh, why are you talking to me? And you're just trying to be nice. Like,
yeah,
you're just trying to say hello.
Them the kind of girls I don't even.
You know what I mean? Like, you hold a door
'Cause
open for a girl, they don't even say thank you.
Yeah, they've already judged you.
Yeah, right
Before
off
you
the
even
bat.
before you even said anything or got anything off the table, they've already judged you.
Yeah.
So the hey, what's up doesn't always work in real life either. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is the norm. This is how we greet each other. See, I think that's a lot to do with the big what the fuck word am I looking for? That's the popularity of social media. I think that has a lot to do with it too. We've forgotten how to talk to each other.
Oh yeah, it's all already like laid out for us. Like, it's in social media, there is a certain way to approach people or
Right.
to do things. Like, you have to post a picture every day to be
Right.
relevant. You
Right.
have, you know, all this dumb shit it's all fake and it's ridiculous, but it is the way of the world. Like, if you want to do something big, like us right now, we want to start this podcast.
Right.
So if we want this to get big, you know what we got to do? We got to go on Instagram. We
Which
gotta
I'm
go
gonna
on
do, by the way.
Snapchat. We gotta
Omniverse
go.
88.
There you
Follow
go.
me.
Hey, D-Scribe 661, follow me as well. But see, that's the shit that you got to do though, because that's the new age. We're from a different age where it wasn't like that, but
Right.
now we have to like kind of blend into it. Where kids these days, that's the only language they speak
Right.
is social media.
And they started at a younger age than we do. So I was about in high school, maybe middle school when MySpace got popular.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
I
middle
was
school, high school.
already we was already talking to motherfuckers on the street.
Oh yeah, I was. Yeah, like
We knew how to operate in society away from a computer. And
absolutely. You know what? As a matter of fact, I remember one time I got on. I met a girl from a different school
Right.
at some function, and we wrote letters, bro, back and forth
that's what I'm talking
because
about.
I didn't have no fucking car.
We came up at the ass
And
end of that.
yeah, she's at the other end of the town. We wrote letters to each other. We sent pictures to each other, like physical pictures and letters.
We came up in the ass end of that.
We got a
at
little
that
bit of
age.
both because I
Yeah.
remembered macking on bitches on AOL on chat.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember, you got mail. You know that when that shit, like when you heard that
fucking sex state age.
Yeah, like I remember getting on the internet and typing in a website address and it would say nothing pulled up. It would be
Yeah.
a blank shit.
Yeah.
Try and do that now.
Nah, everything's
Write something.
Everything's got an IRL.
Everything's
now.
got it.
Yeah.
Everything's got a URL. Everything.
URL. My
Yeah,
bad.
no, you're good. But yeah, I remember typing in shit and it was like, man, it was the wild, wild west. Nothing was even out yet.
But I was a poor kid. I didn't have a computer, a home computer. I always used them at school. So the school had the blocks on the computer. And for some reason, MySpace wasn't blocked at school. I always found that weird.
Yeah.
Like I made my first MySpace page in the library. at
There you
school.
go.
I made my first MySpace page.
You made your first top 8 in the
Yep.
fucking
Yeah.
in the library, huh?
Hell yeah. So I mean, it's different. Like, and even still, like these kids they got computers shoved in their faces at 4 or 5 years old. You know what I mean? Drew's stepping away, but I'm still gonna talk to him.
Go ahead now.
Nah, I will. This will be the hashtag break. Hashtag break.
All right. So if we're getting real about it, I had a pizza in the oven because we 30-year-old roommates and we likes to eat pizza and shit.
Pizza bitch.
So anyways, we back. We're gonna let that pizza cool off a little bit before I cut it because I don't want some melty cheese fucking falling all off my shit. You talk to me about some pizza, we can get into that.
Pizza.
That's my shit.
All kinds of pizza.
But anyways, let's get back to that old school internet business and how it's taken over these kids. And I have kids. I have 2 little kids, and they live on YouTube.
Right.
That's
social
everything,
media, y'all.
Everything that they do, they learn from YouTube.
YouTube is social media. If you still denying that, it is social media.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anybody can post shit. We're gonna post this on fucking YouTube because where else are we gonna post
broke.
it? Shit,
Because we broke.
Yeah,
We can't pay for nothing else.
You know what I mean?
Right now, until we get them subscriptions up. But yeah.
But that's the new wave. You know what I mean? That's how you find people. And to me, honestly, I dig it. I dig that anybody can hop on a mic and just fucking talk, and maybe people vibe with you, maybe they don't.
Right.
But at the same time,
now the dark side of it
is
give me the dark side.
There's always the yin and yang, right? Yes. Like that's just the world. That's as above, so below. We'll get into that too sometime.
These profiles that say nigga.
Ooh, we're jumping back to that. We just totally ran off that, huh? We were like, let's not think about that.
What I was saying was kind of coming back to that, but that's the dark. That's the yang. I don't know I gotta look that up. The yin and the yang. Which one is which? The yang is the dark, right?
I'm pretty sure. Okay. But don't quote me.
Yeah, don't quote me on that. That's the yang. The people who can get on this shit, say anything and expect no repercussions for it.
Well, yeah, anybody can say whatever they want anywhere now.
I mean, we saying what we want, but we're gonna try not to be too disrespectful. I can get a bit disrespectful, or it could come off as disrespect.
See, but that's a big thing nowadays. Yeah. Disrespect is running rampant.
Right.
Because there's no repercussions.
Right. But I think a lot of it is people just clout chasing too. Oh, that offended me. Now I can get 30 million views by saying how much that offended me.
Don't get me started on that on that little girl, bro. She's a fucking millionaire now.
Right.
Fucking cash me outside.
Right.
Bro. Are you fucking kidding me with this? And I'm not trying to be a hater, but
that's the yang.
That's it.
That's the sickness.
And that's the people that we put. Now, I won't say we, because me personally, I could give a fuck.
Right.
But these people they put on a pedestal.
Do you know that I won't say who, but some of the veteran rappers were saying, that little bitch can rap.
Bitch, she don't even write.
Right.
Please tell me.
If I had 30 people writing for me, I would sound good too.
Yes, absolutely.
That little bitch can rap. She sounds good on the track. She's not rapping. She's an entertainer.
Man, you could breed anybody to do anything.
That's another motherfucking tie. I could talk all day on these motherfuckers get written for. That's whack. But I want to get to this saying and because you asked me about it, saying the N-word.
Yeah.
Non-black saying the N-word.
Yes.
My man, Charlemagne the God.
Shout out Charlemagne.
Shout out Charlemagne the God. He's not my man. I just listened to him on the Breakfast Club.
I mean, we can be. What's up, Charlemagne?
What up, Charlemagne?
What's cracking?
Come sit down on the couch, talk to us. But he gave a perfect example in I think it was a Vlad TV interview. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X came back from the dead magically, would be more shamed or would be more hurt by blacks saying nigga than whites. And that was like, cause I used to get mad, you know.
See, but I have a question about that, because now when you think about something like that, you take ownership of something, it makes it more powerful, right? Like, I don't know, like I'm just talking out my ass. I'm Latino American. You know what I mean? But like when you say you can't say this, but we can because you ruined it.
Right.
But we have this now.
So it's the same thing as a non-Hispanic calling a Hispanic one of the derogatory term. I won't say it here because we're all about
Well,
respect.
I can. So if I'm writing a song and I'm like, man, we spicks out here because we don't speak English.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, we spit bars because
bars.
But I don't know if that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like But you wouldn't hear that because no one wants to hear Latin rappers anymore. Anyways, let's just get real. Like,
Lil
Cypress,
Xan,
the day of Cypress Hill.
Tekashi 9, 6ix9ine, they next to him.
Man, fuck that fool. We don't claim him. Y'all can keep him. Whoever wants him, take him. I don't claim that
Lil
fool.
Xan?
Fuck that fool
No.
too.
They Mexican,
Fuck all
though.
these
They
fools.
like half Mexican.
Nah, well, they can take that half somewhere else. I don't fucking get out of here with that. Yeah, I talk shit. I don't care. Come at me. We can rap battle. I'll fuck you up. Anyways,
He will.
next. So, anyways, but what we were getting at with the word.
Yeah, because it's a big thing. Like, and that's what made me not get so hostile toward non-white saying. Now, I will smack the shit out of you if you are non-black coming to me like, "What's up, my nigga?" What, or just saying it in any context to me, I might have to check you. Probably not physically because I'm not a physical person. I'm too old for this shit. But nah, I fuck a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, if it comes
I
down
hit
to
a
it, we
motherfucker.
throwing.
I
Like,
hit a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah.
But try to sound all professional.
This ain't professional. This is the couch. We at our house. We're 30-year-old roommates, and we on the couch. We can talk however the fuck we want to
I
talk.
gotta be so unprofessional though. But nah, no, I don't. Yeah, I might hit a motherfucker, but now the physical part of that probably wouldn't come first. I would be like, hey, I don't appreciate that, you know.
Well, of course, yeah. Talk it out a little bit.
Now, if he still wants to be disrespectful, yeah, we can go there. But and Charlemagne, shout out Charlemagne again. He also said something that when you say things of a racial nature or derogatory nature, you have to own that.
Yep.
That like you have to there's consequences to that.
Absolutely, because you never know that whoever they say it close to
Right.
is not going to think like you.
Right.
You know, you say, you know what, whatever you want to say,
might just
say
backhand
it.
you.
Yeah, a motherfucker will fucking shoot you if he's got a fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, this is real shit.
It's real life. Don't fuck with your life.
No, that's real shit.
Yeah.
Fuck around.
But luckily, there's a lot more sensible people in the world. I'm pretty sure she gets back. I'm pretty sure she got some flack for that. She probably got motherfuckers hollering at her. Some of them what's ups in her inbox is probably like, "What's up with you saying nigga?" And she don't want to say that.
Now, see, here's the flip side of this. This is what I want to know.
Yeah.
So, she's not bad looking, right?
Right.
So let's say, you know, there's a young African American stud on there.
Right.
He don't give a fuck if she says it because he wants her. You know what I mean? He wants to hit it. So he's gonna be like, yeah, go ahead. You can say it. You know what I mean?
So
For the time being. And then, you know what I mean? Like, is that something?
I'm just thinking. Level.
I'm just thinking, like, is that something
That's
that
on the
could
individual
happen?
level.
Yeah.
Because I've told some non-whites around me that have been around me, I don't give a fuck if you say nigga. I've actually coached one of my other Navy buddies into saying it around a bunch of black people.
Oh shit! You put them in a fucking Shark Tank.
I told him, I was like, man, they gonna fuck with you. You with me? Just say nigga, man. We don't care.
Dang.
But it kind of ended badly. Luckily, we were all in the same organization. I won't shout his name out because that'll probably get into some trouble.
Yeah, we don't want that.
But yeah, he said it. Luckily, we were all in the same organization.
But here's the thing, though. Like, let's say you're my good friend, right? We're fucking good friends,
right?
And you say, you know what? It's all good. You can say it. Okay, cool. I can say it around you,
right?
Because
that's
personally,
that's another thing.
So if I go out to a club and I'm like, hey, you know what? What's up, my?
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
That ain't gonna fly.
And they're gonna be like, whoa, what? And I can't be like, hey, my friend Merk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He said it's cool.
Yeah.
We cool.
And I also can't be like, even if I'm with you, I also can't be like, nah, it's cool because I say he can say it around me. But nah, motherfucker, he out in public now.
Exactly.
You gonna take his ass whooping for him too?
There's levels.
Yeah.
There's levels to
That's
it.
what motherfuckers gotta, and that's what people don't understand about that shit. A lot of people still hold that shit near and dear to their hearts. And that's just some shit you just don't fuck with. And white people always gotta explain some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They always gotta explain it. If I'm telling you that's offensive, that's offensive because
Yeah,
you want the same respect.
and that's what it all boils down to is
Right.
respect.
You want the same respect. If I'm telling you, if I'm confronting you about something, I'm like, dude, that offends me. That I will mind if you. Well, you've already crossed the line. You violated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't try to defend some shit I say is offensive to
And
me.
everybody has a different level of
That's
respect.
that privilege.
Yeah, that's the privilege. We
That's that
get into
privilege.
privilege, and people say, "Oh, there's no such thing." I've been pulled over. I'm white, and I don't get privilege, and I've worked hard, and this and that, and I don't get anything. I'm not rich, blah blah blah.
Right.
You know what I mean? That there's always arguments about everything. But you know what? You tell me that there isn't privilege, and I say fuck that. That's just how I feel. That's fuck that.
But, did you hear about Megyn Kelly's blackface?
No. God damn.
I won't go to
Megyn Kelly.
Megyn Kelly. Her friend was in blackface. Because when I first saw her, I was like, Megyn Kelly was in blackface. What the fuck? But it wasn't her. It was like a close friend of hers. And Megyn Kelly defended the blackface of her friend. Like her friend was dressed up as like the Diana Ross or something.
No. You don't.
No blackface.
See, that's like a big thing. Like, actually, I read something recently, and we'll stay on blackface for a minute after this, but it was Disney princesses. So it was a big deal because Moana, right? That's a huge thing. My kids love that fucking Disney movie, Moana.
Okay.
Right? It's Hawaiian.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is around a Hawaiian god,
Okay.
right? So
I haven't seen the movie. But
okay, well,
right.
I'll just give you like the rundown a little bit. So all these girls, they love this movie. They're just kids,
Right.
Little white girls. They love Moana. They want to be Moana.
Yeah, it's a Disney movie.
But can they put on brown face to be Moana?
That's the.
But they're just little kids.
Excuse me. There's a. You do not darken your skin.
Right. You don't mess with your pigment.
Don't do it. You can put that garb on, and I will know who you are. You can dress as Pocahontas without darkening your skin.
Agreed.
You can dye your hair black. That's fine.
Or put a wig on. Whatever.
Or put a wig on.
That's fine.
Like, but I don't agree with the pigment. Like,
so here's
Tropic Thunder.
So here's the whole thing. Hold on, we'll get into that right now because I love that fucking movie.
Yeah.
But the big issue was, I forgot to even get on it, was Disney was selling bodysuits of the guy, the character that The Rock portrayed. I think he was I forget who it was. I don't know the lore very well, but anyways,
in the Moana movie.
Yes.
Okay.
The big, I forget what his name was. Either way, so they were selling suits to put on, so you could be any color skin and put this suit on. It had muscles, it had the tattoos, but it was colored.
That's different.
But it was colored.
That's different.
The same.
That's different.
But they got offended because that's part of their religion. It's not just
with a tattoo. They put the tattoos.
It's religion. Shit. It's not just it's a dress or a certain thing. The way they look, that is part of their religion. Where I think Disney touched hard on the religion of a certain people.
I never saw the movie, so I don't really know.
Yeah,
I kind of heard the whole movie was like looked at in a different light by the Hawaiian people.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of heard that from the beginning, and when it was first started showing and everything, I heard a bunch of I guess the Tongans and the Polynesians, and I heard them talking a lot of shit about it. Like they was like because it was because of this was one of the points they made that little kids are now going to want to dress up like this, and this is part of a ancient tradition for us. This isn't theater for us. This is how we live, and but man, that's white privilege, man. That's the American way. Because think about how do you think Indians feel when when stereotypically when stereotypical costumes are worn at Halloween and shit, and at Thanksgiving?
Now, when you say Indians, you mean Native
Native
Americans?
Americans, yeah.
Okay.
Native Americans. Let's get a terminology. If we're gonna
And see,
go this route.
that's the thing though, is like I don't think a lot of people even know that history, especially kids nowadays. They're probably not even learning it.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't know
And
about Columbus
it's the box
and all that shit.
And white people. you're getting a little better with your heritage months, and I see you at the parks celebrating heritage months, and I appreciate it, but you got to go a little deeper than the surface.
See, and here's the thing though is, and I'll be honest, like I grew up, a lot of my good friends, they're all white people.
Right.
You know, like some of my best friends in the world are white Americans, and I got no issues with them.
Right.
You know, it's just the way that it's a group thing. It's a big picture. It's not individual. It's a group big picture.
It's ego too.
Yeah.
Because I say that because when these costumes are put on, it's no longer the character, it's me. Like,
yeah.
It's all about me. I'm sexy. I'm the sexy Indian, you know, and I mean sexy Native American.
Yeah.
And I got to ask this question of another buddy of mine, and just it's kind of on the same topic. How do you feel about sports teams with like Indian heads and Red Sox
the Redskins, which is a legitimate racial slur.
But you also have Yankees. You also have 49ers, 76ers, Lakers. Now, Lakers are a Native American group, right?
I don't even know, to be honest.
Are somebody fact check me on that. I look it up too, but that's like I think they called like those that the West Coast teams aren't so bad.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them. The 49ers, I think, are the.
But even then, 49ers was just about the gold rush.
Not the 49ers. The Washington Redskins.
Yeah, the Washington Redskins, yeah.
Most of the fucking. And then you have like the Patriots and the Eagles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't use the derogatory terms. It's all about pride. But then you take the Indians which is crazy because I even said it, but they're Native American, they're not Indians. But you have Indians, and then you have the head of an Indian on your fucking jersey. Like, how you feel about that? Do you think it's kind of the same thing?
Oh, absolutely. The thing that gets me about that whole thing is, you know what? Like, that's part of my heritage too. There's a little bit of Native American in my blood, and my cousins are, you know, have a good amount of Native American in them. And it's one of the biggest genocides in history. And people don't even think about that.
Fuck yeah. No,
genocides, bro. Like, I'm talking like they almost wiped out this entire race. The Americans did.
Yeah.
Or the conquistadors, whoever came over, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The
British.
All of it. You know, like everybody tried to come over here and fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And
discovering shit.
And now what do? They give them land, a little bit of land. They let them have casinos. They give them free money, and they let them drink themselves to death. That's what they do here. And it's just here. It's a payoff. It's a fucking payoff. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, okay, cool. You know, sorry about that. We took over your whole fucking land.
Right.
And we threw away all your heritage. Your heritage is gone. But here's some money. And here's a little bit of land.
Because once the Native Americans die off, and let's think about it futuristically, once the Native Americans die off, they're not gonna uphold that shit. They're gonna wear the sexy costumes, and that's all we're gonna know of the Native Americans.
Yeah, and thank goodness that they have, you know, they stay close to each other. They still keep their heritage,
right? And
they have powwows, and they congregate quite often,
right,
to keep it alive. They
right.
keep their heritage alive, and I think that's amazing, and I think it's great. And I think if you've never seen one, go online, hit YouTube, and check out a powwow. It's amazing. It's actually really, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It'll hit you.
It's fucking
hit
amazing.
You. It's good stuff,
and they can cook their asses off.
Yeah, and it's good stuff, and it's not even just them, but just around the world, there's cultures like that. You know, like even New Zealand, even like they're part of that whole thing with the Hawaiians.
Right.
You know, in that they have that.
Madagascar,
Yeah, they have that. You know, like just raw,
Australia,
just
that island by New Zealand.
yeah,
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
Zealand. Yeah, they have that raw kind of like heritage.
Yeah.
You know,
Polynesian islands,
Polynesians. Yeah, and
Hawaiians,
I was stationed there for 3 years, and
Alaskans,
I loved all the different cultures that
Western
were out there.
Canada.
Everyone, all of them.
But it's back to the blackface.
Yeah, we going back. My bad. Tangent.
And I want to say something about Megan Kelly because that's where it came from.
I'm stepping off real quick. Go ahead.
Megan is what, damn near 50 years old. You telling me like you lived through this era of blackface and blackface being offensive, used in an offensive light. You lived through that. Maybe you came in at the ass end of it, maybe, but I mean, you tasted that and you seen it, and you know, you cannot tell me you didn't see a movie where a black person was portrayed stereotypically by a white man with his face painted with fucking shoe polish or whatever they put on their faces. It's offensive. There are books, there are volumes of books on the subject.
Yep.
And you're telling me that you are as prominent a media figure as you are and you're that uneducated? How do you have a job? What are you even talking about?
But that's again social media. She has a job because she's reaching out. There's people that want to hear what she's saying.
But she's ignorant.
I know.
If you don't know the
thing.
history of what you're talking about, how are you even granted the right to talk? How are these people still watching you?
Because
that's something.
Because it fits their personality, because it fits the way they grow up, because it fits their narrative.
Right.
That's why. I want to hear what I like. I want to go and listen to somebody talking about how do you make a beat on Logic Pro X, because that's what I use. Shout out Logic Pro X. Shout out Apple.
15 million people are like, yeah, Megan didn't do no wrong.
Exactly.
And I'm like, are you all stupid?
And the answer is yes.
Yes.
Fucking, yeah. I mean, that's easy. Yes.
We're dumb as fuck. We don't know anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, these are the people that run the country.
Yes.
Also.
Oh, and that's another thing. You can get into that. And the reason it's like that is because once you get up that high, you don't have to give a fuck about what anybody thinks about you no more.
Right.
You can say whatever the fuck you want and get away with it.
Nah, Fox gonna get her ass out of there.
Yeah, well, hopefully. I mean, they're crucifying a lot of people nowadays on social media, and it's great.
Shit, I keep breaking your shit. This is the first ignorant shit she done said, and I hope that Fox recognizes that and gets her the fuck out of here. Don't renew her for another season, and if you have renewed her for another season, let that be her last. Get her the fuck out of here. She's ignorant. Her, Tommy Lahren, all them blonde, blue-eyed white bitches need the fuck out of there because they're ignorant, they're bigots, they're racist, and for you to even have them employed tells us something about who is running that network. That you agree with that. So maybe we just need to boycott Fox. If they
yeah.
play if they show in the Super Bowl, fuck the Super Bowl.
But that's the sad part, man. Now let me get into this. The sad truth is that it's, man, and this is going to be real generic and real general, but like I said, there are people that want to hear that narrative.
Right.
So it's like, I like a TV show.
Right.
You don't like that TV show
right.
because it's not something you're into, but I do because it's something I'm into. There's a lot of people that are into that, unfortunately, still
into that dumb shit. But
that's what they want to hear. That's what makes them feel
that has to be the minority,
like they're justified.
That has to be the minority, or
I fucking
there's a
hope
lot
so.
of fucking masks on in America.
Hey, well, I mean, we tell it how it is here. You know what I mean? And it's sad, and it makes me sad that I have to fucking, see
you have
people or
kids
talk to
in this
people
shit.
like that.
You have kids in this shit.
I know. Do you know how
man.
scary it is for me to even think like so?
Shout out Dominic.
Hey,
hey,
don't be putting out no names on me. I'm just kidding. I love my babies, but
shout out the babies.
I know my little babies, but no, it's scary because this is the age that they're gonna know. They're not gonna know anything else but online and bullying and YouTube and just people talking out
I
their
want to talk
ass.
about bullying too.
Yeah, people talking out their ass on the internet and
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
and all that bullshit. But yeah, dude. I mean, give them 10 years, they'll be in high school. Oh shit, 10 years in high school, and
Party
I'm gonna have to be worried about that. I'm gonna be worried about my boys, getting bullied on the internet, or maybe even being called racial slurs because of the way they look. And you can go get one from the bathroom. There's a towel. Fucking E-Clipz spilling beers over here. Y'all boo this man. Boo this man. He spilled the champagne of beers, man. We sipping on High Life. Shout out Miller High Life for your 32 ounces. Yeah, go ahead. Any one of them. But yeah, anyways, it's a scary thought to think of what my kids are gonna have to ordeal and what their kids are gonna have to ordeal. But that's just the Ouroboros, man. It goes around in circles. Shit, my parents probably thought the same thing when those computers were coming out and everybody had them, in their houses. And I remember having a TV that looked like a dresser. I remember having to click my channels, maybe get like 3 or 4 channels. And now I can watch Hulu and Netflix on my fucking phone whenever I want. And yeah, that shit's crazy. Well, I don't know. I got nothing right now. I'm waiting on Merc. He's over here running around, party fouling the shit up. I forgot what we was even talking about.
We talking about the motherfucking privileged ass white people talking shit.
Oh, well, here. I don't want to go too far left or too far right because I don't want to exclude. But here, I have a question, and I don't mean to be offensive, but I'm gonna ask it anyways, just because I'm curious. And I hear this is an argument I hear from people that are not of color, if you will.
This man uses suave Cito on his head.
Yeah, I'm suave motherfucker.
You know I'm finna get on you for that.
Yeah, I'm a suave motherfucker. Shit.
Suave Cito, y'all. Shout out.
Anyway,
they get some sponsorship up in this bitch.
I know, please. I got to get my hair looking clean. But no, so here's an argument that I hear, and I just want to hear your take on it. So I've heard people of non-color say, well, maybe if they didn't act or portray themselves in a certain way,
right,
they wouldn't have to deal with, the persecution, or, maybe if they weren't talking about killing each other and shooting each other and selling drugs and all this stuff, we wouldn't be scared of them. Or not that they're scared, but, we wouldn't have to, worry about them or whatever.
So that's
so what's that argument?
That's more privilege.
More, right?
Because white people kill themselves just as much as black people do. Asian people kill. It's proximity.
Okay.
If you got a neighborhood full of black people put on top of each other, put into poor economic means, not given as many opportunities as outside citizens.
Yeah.
It's just a situation that a lot of people are put into, and not being it. The school to jail pipeline is real. The police brutality in the hood is real. Like, these things are real. These are real problems. The underfunded schools, the underfunded extracurricular activities. The only thing we got to do after school is play basketball or football. And it's because that is profitable to outside people. I won't even say like white. I don't want to make this a white and black issue, but it ain't profitable. How many black team owners are there?
Really? I was just about to say that. That's like, I've heard the terms modern day slavery.
Right.
I've heard, anything like that, because really it is. It's a old rich white dude,
right,
that owns the team, and there's black players. But I mean, these cats are making money, like hand over fist. Like even just the players, like I'm talking $10 million contracts. You know what I'm
just
saying?
like, and
So is that enough? Like, do they
I
get their?
I don't want to go too deep into that because Kaepernick was making money hand over fist, but it was taken away off one gesture.
And you know what? A lot of people hate on Kaepernick.
It's still slavery.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it can be snatched away, just like
obviously, right? You take one knee and your whole fucking job is gone.
Right. And they switch the narrative so they won't seem so racist. Oh, they want to bring everybody into it. Oh, he's disrespecting the flag when he told you on your media stations what it was about. But still, that's privilege. And
people don't even understand that he actually was with a wounded veteran,
right?
And the veteran told him to take a knee. That's a respectful way to do it.
Because he was sitting at first. He was just sitting down.
Yes.
Like he wouldn't stand at all.
The most respectful way to do it is to take a knee.
Right. But I don't want to go into that because it's not old news, but that's kind of another layer to what we're talking about here. It's just more privilege. They can write the narrative and they can put the narrative out. And the only way you're gonna get it is, and sad, the only way you're gonna get it is through independent media. You're not gonna get the real story off Fox. You might get the real story off CNN, but even they got an agenda.
And a lot of people don't even know that they didn't even have the teams out for the fucking anthem.
That's a new
for
thing.
a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. They didn't even have the teams out. They were backstage.
Absolutely. That was the military doing.
Yeah.
So, like after 9/11, when recruiting was kind of low and
they needed a boost.
Yeah.
So of course the NFL gave them the boost, and now it's a standard, and now everybody's bitching that somebody, everybody is entitled to their opinions. And I'm a veteran and you're a veteran.
Right.
And I went out and I put myself in that and I did that oath so people can say and do whatever the fuck they want. Now I may not agree with what people do or say all the time.
Right.
But that right, that given right that we fought for, that we were out in the middle of the goddamn ocean for months and years on end, was for people to have that right. So if you want to take a knee, if you want to fucking salute, if you want whatever you want,
we got some ignorant brothers.
That's on us because we helped you do that. All of us veterans, all our brothers.
We got some ignorant brothers in arms too, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Some of them motherfuckers is screaming, "Oh, he's disrespecting the flag." Not, motherfucker, you took an oath to protect the Constitution. The flag has nothing to do with what we do. We are protecting the Constitution, the law of the land.
That's right.
So the law of the land means that he can protest any way he wants during any time he wants.
Shit, they say to protest. Shit, they say to take the fucking shit back if you're not doing it right.
God damn it.
Well, goddamn.
Speak on it.
There
Speak
it is.
on it, brother.
So if you guys want to read something, pull your head out of Facebook or fucking whatever for a minute and just Google the Constitution. Read it. Read what it says.
Read it.
That's all I got to say about that.
It's the law of the land. So, and that we could talk about that another day. But
yeah, we can.
We're as a media function, is shitting on the Constitution every day. They don't give a fuck. Fuck free speech, and that's what all this sensitive shit. Like they want us to inadvertently take a shit on the Constitution. I'm seeing it every day. So you're telling me that this person can get in this much trouble for saying this when she's within her rights? I'm thinking of Roseanne.
Oh, Roseanne. Yeah, Roseanne Barr.
I'm thinking like the only repercussion she should have had was from the people. She should not have been taken off her show. If people didn't want to see her on the show no more, then that could be discussed. But when you're using what she said as a punishment or as a repercussion for this, or because of what she said, something she said. Now,
see, but that's the thing though. Like, if you ask me personally, a smart person that knows that they're in the light that much shouldn't be running off at the mouth. You're biting the hand that feeds.
Right.
So she got what she deserved, if you ask me. Now, if I want to say some dumb shit and be racist in my spare time, that's something different.
Yeah.
But if I want to go and have a podcast and be like, nah, fuck that because of this, and I hate these type of people, then I'm gonna get what I deserve. What you were just talking about, what Charlemagne was saying, right? Repercussions
for your actions.
Absolutely.
It's a double-edged sword, though, man. 'Cause it's a fine line. I can't get mad at for what she said. I don't even know what she said, but I'm not gonna get mad at for what she said. Actions speak louder than words. Now, if she's not burning crosses in my yard, I don't give a fuck what she's talking about.
Yeah, and I don't watch that show anyways. So,
and me personally, I didn't watch the new Roseanne, but I used to watch Roseanne back in the day. I knew who she was. She was racist back then. She dressed up as Hitler.
Why y'all think acting all surprised and shit?
Yeah, she dressed up as Hitler one year and did like a full some kind of campaign or some shit as Hitler. Like, she's been racist. She's been saying racist shit, and she's been a little ornery little troll. Like, that's what she do. But my thing is about that is one kind of offensive is okay, but the other kind of offensive isn't. Like, I think what Tekashi 6ix9ine does is very offensive to a lot of people, but it's okay because that's how. And that's another thing, how hip hop is portrayed nowadays. You got to be a buffoon, or you just got to be fucking overly stupid. Like, that's not hip hop at all. Cause
no, not at all. See, but they're feeding you a lot of shit.
Yeah,
that's just not
it's
real
more,
shit.
It's more of changing the history, though, changing the narrative. Look, like, a lot of motherfuckers got mad at old boy Lord Jamar for saying hip hop is a house. Hip hop is a house, and Eminem is the guest. Eminem is the fucking guest in hip hop because hip hop is black music. And if we're gonna get technical to the root of it, it's black and Hispanic music because they were there too in the beginning.
Man, if we want to get real deep into it, everything that everybody listens to is derived from black music.
Yeah.
Blues.
Yes.
Blues is black music.
Absolutely. Rock.
Do your history. Fucking rock music is black music.
Black music.
Absolutely. Because if we get into a musical term, I play music. Been playing for a long time. But
country is the only thing
whites
can take credit for.
Country can, and a lot of, and that's fine. They can have that. But everything else, shit.
Even that kind of derived off the back of rock and R&B.
Yeah.
Because it's the same blues. That's what country is.
Yep.
But I'm gonna say it, the rednecks took it over, and
this is what happens. The term. That's how it always goes, though. You have people like Chuck Berry, old school guys. You got Muddy Waters. You got all these guys, and then you got people like Clapton, which
speak on it, brother.
But Clapton, he at least gave a lot of. He said, "This is black music, and I wish people would like it more." Clapton was all about it. He loved the music, but he gave credit where it was due. He knew where it came from.
Right.
He just was really good at doing it as well, and that's just always how it comes. You have the black community, pushing it forward, something new. It's always something new. Fucking jazz, all that beautiful music that came from your fucking hometown, Memphis.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the blues,
home of the blues,
all that stuff. And white people came and they appropriated it is the new word that everybody likes to use. Appropriation, right? They appropriated it. They took it and they made it for their people. And now they see that there's these white people doing it, so they can be cool with it now because it's a white person doing it.
Right. I won't let me personally, because I am a fan, a doer, and a consumer of hip hop, will not let it be appropriated. I'm going to tell you that when Lord Jamar dies and everybody who agrees with what he said about the Eminem situation about white people being guests in the house of hip hop, I'm gonna uphold that. Because you're not gonna come in here and say this is ours in 30 years. Say we made this, because that's what you have done with rock. That's what you are trying to do with R&B. That's what you've done with pop And every besides country, because they took that and coined it, but every bluegrass, it all derives from the R&B, rhythm and blues era, rock and roll. It all comes from that. And who was doing that first? Black people.
Yeah, I mean, when you
I
go
don't
when you
I
get
don't
right into it,
I
for
don't
sure.
know. And I've checked. I don't see a lot of
See, but here's the thing though, is I think it turned into something different because I don't
disco.
now don't get me wrong, like
Disco.
I love all types of music and I'm a metalhead. I fucking love metal music.
Right.
But there's only a certain few metal, groups that I can be like, okay, I'm okay with the singer is African American or whatever.
Only like
Like,
one.
you know what I mean? Like,
Is that
but
like one?
it turned from something like that's where it came from, but it mutated into something different. So they took the ideas and made it come around full circle to something else. So yes, they use the blues scale, but they do it differently. So I can't, you know what I mean? Like there's 12 notes in all of music.
Mhm.
There's 12 on the scale,
Right.
right? So you have halves and fulls and whatever. Well, that's just a different thing. But all this types of music is made off of those. There's only there's 7 notes, but there's 12 steps in there. 7 notes to make every single song that you've ever heard in your life.
Mm.
No matter what it sounds like, classical music,
Right.
Fucking rap,
Classical
rock.
music. I forgot about that.
That's all
they
white
got that.
people.
Yeah, they can have that.
That's all white people.
And you know what? To be perfectly honest, I think they heard some black people doing that and they took it too. They just probably killed them.
But here's the thing. I was like,
fucking
who
shot
knows?
them. They don't give a
It's
fuck.
the chicken and the egg, man.
Oh,
if you think
man.
about it, you know what I
Right.
mean.
And
Classical
this goes
music's
back
so
into
dead
the,
and gone nowadays. Nobody even wants to hear it no more.
This is
It's sad.
finna fucking be so racist. But what have white people honestly invented on their own?
A lot of stuff.
Like what? Name something that they invented from their own heads, and that's what it was.
I don't know. I don't know a lot about inventions, but lots of stuff.
No.
I'm sure.
White people have
I
not
don't know.
invented anything.
Come on, man. You can't say that.
They have not.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Get the fuck out of here.
Everything that we know, everything we know about modern mathematics, modern science came from black people. I can prove this
It
to you.
came from aliens, bro.
No, I
Let's
can prove
get
this
real.
to you. There are volumes of this.
Where?
Like library.
Ancient
I'll
Egypt?
take you to the library.
Ancient Egypt. That's what you're talking about. That's what we're getting
That's
at.
where it comes from anyway, but that's
Well,
not
I'm-
what I'm talking about. I'm talking about our modern way of doing things. The first astronomer learned from a black man. They don't talk about him. Lewis Latimer invented the light bulb, but Thomas Edison coined it, made it profitable. That's what they invent. They invent things for profit. So the TV was invented by a black man. The refrigerator invented by a black man.
What?
Stoplight invented by a black man.
Oh yeah, I know that. Peanut butter too.
Air conditioner invented by a black man.
Man, these are all great things.
So,
I can't live without all this stuff.
But I'm not finna go into a racial podcast with you.
Yeah, you
wanna
are.
I
You
wanna
just
talk about
did.
some fun shit.
Nah,
Fuck
you
it.
just did. All right,
Fuck
well, we're
that.
gonna end this right here because I'm gonna go eat. This pizza's been sitting there. It's probably cold as fuck already.
Oh man, yeah, we're gonna end it right there. Thanks for listening. We have been talking to you 2 hours? That can't be right. Subscribe. What's your Instagram? D-Scribe 661. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button on Omniverse 88. This is 30-year-old roommates signing off. Peace, love, and hair grease, and vegetable oil, and Vaseline. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. And suavecito.